What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? How y'all doing? I hope you're having a good day. And during this screen right here, I will be giving my review, in my opinion, part two of Cobra Kai. And plus my other ones, I will talk about DC news, the updated news and stuff like that, DC news, everything like that. What came out lately. Be, be because like for me, right? Nobody don't know what's going on these days with DC because they might some articles saying this, some articles saying that. But in my opinion, but some movies and shows that I would like to see. In my opinion, the shows that I would like to see go on. In my opinion, would be good, and that just me. In my opinion, and plus, like for me, right, that I would like to see, I would like to see. Um, I would like to see, in my opinion, in my opinion, dealing with DC and Marvel and everything else, it's something like some Marvel stuff is good. But the thing about it, I got to go back. I got to rant to the Doctor Strange trailer and stuff like that because you look at it that some people say the Doctor Strange trailer was good. And plus for me, I hope like in my opinion that the DC universe could be good just like the I hope DC universe could be better received by people because think about it, like some of the Zack Snyder movies was actually good in my opinion. But think about it, some people think it was good, some people think it's not good. But like in my opinion, if y'all got any questions based on Cobra Kai stuff, about Cobra Kai stuff, or DC or Marvel news, anything like that, um, because like for me, right, based on stuff that I be seeing, everything like that, like some people think it's actually good, some people think it's not good, but every everybody in my opinion, everybody in my opinion just got a different opinion. And that's what we just got to that's what we just got to notice. Everybody got a different opinion, in my opinion. When you got a different opinion, that's your opinion. Because like for me, right, in my opinion, because like for me, in my opinion and stuff like that, when I know about different stuff or everything like that, it's like just like in my opinion, I base on the Marvel show, DC, everything else, which I do know. It could be good, could not be good. But the thing about it, some of the Marvel shows actually had disappointment. And and one of the shows that I hope the characters that the show could be better. And the character I'm talking about was the character that had disappointed me the most when I heard about the show supposed to be like good based on the comic books and stuff like that, which I didn't like. Um man, where's the name at? Where's the character on poster? No, it's not. They had a poster of it. Oh no, 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 no. It's not that. It's not that. But I also like that show too. Supposed to They're supposed to have a reboot movie with the Power Rangers, everything like that. It's it. But I come up with it though, yeah. It was a picture. It was a picture though. I'm trying to find the picture, everything like that. It was a picture of it, of WandaVision. Oh man, shoot, you can't. I can't even find the picture no more. Where's the picture at? Okay, I see Lady Loki. I see the Loki stuff. Where in the world is WandaVision at, man? Come on, man. I'm sorry, yeah. But if y'all have questions to ask me, I'll be glad to answer any of y'all questions. Y'all have questions to ask me, anything like that. Because like for me, right, in my opinion, based on movies, shows, and everything I be seeing, like on, so I would like to see the things that I would like to see, not based on movie shows I've seen like that. I would like to see more serious stuff come. Um, see, I like to see more. How can I say this? R-rated stuff come from Marvel because we know DC Joker had made $1 billion. DC Joker made $1 billion, and that was a rated R movie. And that's that. I don't get why Marvel didn't do it yet. They did PG-13 and they push it to a certain point. It's certain some of the shows and scenes on certain movies. But the thing about me, in my opinion, which I don't get, is like for me, right? The thing about my opinion is like the WandaVision show was good. This and the Power reboot movie, which coming out on Netflix, and this and the Hawkeye show was better than WandaVision, and that wasn't even one of my most hype stuff I was actually looking forward to. And that is me, in my opinion, what I think. Because then if you look at it, then if you look at it, I wasn't even looking forward to some of the stuff. I think, in my opinion, I wasn't, in my opinion, looking forward to the, how can I say this, the Hawkeye show compared to WandaVision. Because if you look at it, I thought that in my opinion, is that WandaVision could have bring more eyes to the product. I think, in my opinion, but it didn't. It failed, and the storytelling wasn't. The storytelling kind of waste time at a point. I think, in my opinion, it kind of did waste time. Because think about it. Some people might not get it. Some people might not get it. And that's kind of like my opinion on it because you look at some people, some people might, in my opinion, just might not get it. But the thing, in my opinion about it, is like I do actually think that the Marvel TV shows and movies could get better, but only like, in my opinion, if the writing could get better for certain of these shows. If you look at it, the writing of these shows got to be better, in my opinion. Because think about it, if they don't get good writing, I think they're in the future, and DC writing in movies actually be getting better. I think, in my opinion, that will be a big mishap. I think, in my opinion, it will be. Whether we like to admit it or not, but that's what it will be, a big mishap by Marvel if Marvel don't improve their writing. I think, in my opinion, in certain shows, everything like that. because they like if you look at it, even Star Wars universe is starting to get the right in my opinion is getting better than some Marvel stuff we're getting lately, and that's not a good thing for Marvel because that's what because we already know that Star Wars universe already got a built-in universe already, and we don't need no another one. I think, in my opinion, whether we like it or not, whether we like it or not, everybody different. Whether we like it or not, we got to be able to, like, in my opinion, see stuff in a different way. Rather we, um, because they might, if you look at it, in my opinion, if you look at my opinion, everybody might not like me sitting here. If it wasn't for, like, in my opinion, if it wasn't for, like, in my opinion, the if it wasn't for, like, in my opinion, everything like that, look at different opinions, then that's just in my opinion, then people got to be able to accept each other opinions. I think, in my opinion, but everybody different. You might not want to accept it, but that's what different opinions bring. Just bring, in my opinion, different disagreements. Rather we like to admit it or not, it brings better disagreements in between everybody else. I think, in my opinion, it do. Because thing about it, in my opinion, is if we don't got different disagreements, I think, in my opinion. But the thing about it, in my opinion, is like everybody got to be the thing, in my opinion. Like, everybody got to be able to, like, in my opinion, well, I think, in my opinion, to be good, to be bad. But everybody, in my opinion, got to be able to take different opinions without getting triggered, I think. And that's what get people messed up, I think, sometimes. Just by arguments, when it shows, everything like that. Different people get triggered. I think, in my opinion, because right, if you look at all the Marvel shows we got in movies, because that's what we had: WandaVision, we had Loki, we had Falcon, up in the Winter Soldier. That's three. We had WandaVision, and we was beginning the She-Hulk show. I don't. I'm kind of more optimistic for that, but I hope the show has to be good. Um, and plus Miss Marvel show, I'm not sure about that one yet because they said they were doing reshoots, and plus we not sure what was the problem. Was it a storyline had to be changed? Was somebody hurt? Did somebody drop out? Nobody just don't say nothing about that part, and that's the kind of thing that I don't get. Time for movies, shows, everything like that, and we got to be able, like, in my opinion, we got to be able, in my opinion, get different opinions. You got to be able to accept different opinions, whether we like it or not. We got to say our different opinions, and everybody's opinions is different, in my opinion. When you have different opinions and everything like that, in my opinion, that when you got different opinions and everybody in the argument could take different opinions, I think, in my opinion, to be good. And plus, like, in my opinion, right, if y'all got questions based on Cobra Kai, if y'all like it, if y'all don't like it, anything like that, what you like about some of the Netflix shows, everything like that, it could be good, it could be bad, but everybody different, in my opinion. Everybody's different. We got to be able to have difference of opinion and not be able to get offended. And that just me, in my opinion, whether it could be good, it could be a bad thing. But think about my other opinions, which I do think that could be good or bad. Like for the Marvel stuff, it was an article based on the latest Marvel stuff. Shoot. So if you look at it, um, some of the Marvel stuff in the future I'm actually hyped for, but the things in my opinion is like is the second season of Loki is just gonna change around some stuff. We gotta change around some storylines happening in older movies, everything like that. And that's kind of like my thing. What I'm not sure about, and that just me because then if you look at it, they're supposed to be having. Oh, wait a minute. They had an article. The Marvel Secret in the cast so far. Let's just try this right here. That's one article right there. Because there's two articles we got. There's two articles I got. And one for 4 hours ago, Marvel by CBR.com. That's two. That is two articles I got. I got one for CBR.com and one by IGN. Those two. Those two of them that we got so far. CBR, the CBR article, and I got one by IGN. Like I go by the one that IGN right now. Just the thing about it, in my opinion, is like you can't believe everything that you see. In my opinion, in the article, because you gotta read in between the lines sometimes. That some people don't get. You got to, yeah, just me. But everybody different though. But everybody different. Let's just try to go to the one. Where's the one? God, though. Okay, let me just share it. Nah, I don't like that layout. I like this one. Let me try this layout right here and see if it's any better. Yeah. So I like that layout a little bit better than the other one. It's a let me read it. The title of this one is Marvel's Secret Invasions, the entire cast of the Disney Plus MCU show so far. The Marvels have opened the door. Wordplay. They get on my nerves sometimes. Open the door saying on the star cast include the returning MCU actor Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Millicent, and he was the good Cree, or one of them, I think. That was the Captain Marvel, that bad movie. And Kobe Smart, she was the she won the Agents of Shields though, one of the Agents of Shield. Despite despite these high-profile names, Secret Invasion expected to have a small cast rather than a massive ensemble. a la the Avengers Endgame, Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige hinted that the series will be much more intimate story than its comic book inspiration. Oh shucks, they got to try to do their own spin to the jump. Oh shucks. Okay, okay. Since we know now, Marvel just gonna do. They gotta try to do their own thing when in a comic book thing was already a comic book on it. They're doing their own little intimate story. Okay, okay. This thing about me. I just hope that intimate story is better than WandaVision. Because the thing about for me, right, on the WandaVision show, this had disappointed me. Because the bigger director who did the WandaVision show don't even know what they were doing, in my opinion. If it came out that the bigger director that did the show, they ain't even read on WandaVision comic. How you doing the show and you're how? How? That's dumb. That's the dumbest thing I heard in my life. How you doing a show and you don't even know what it is, man? That don't make no sense. The original Secret Invasion was published in 2008. Dealt a vast comparison involving the Skrull double agent. Okay. Using their shift out to impersonate various heroes, villains to pay the way for the Skrulls and Empire to take over the planet. Okay. I'm good with that. And it's possible cast that the cutout had their work cut out for them. Keep reading the rundown who appearance to your vision and don't forget to bookmark the page updating this article. Okay, we're all new casting announcements. Okay. It says who's the cast? Samuel Jackson, the one eye man. That got a different opinion, I think, in my opinion. The dude got a different opinion, I think, in my opinion. But it could be good, it could be bad. But he was in the farm. Ben Mendelsohn was Taylor's. Oh, I remember that. He was one of the Creeds, I think. That was in the show. The movie No Way Home, I think. But everybody different on that. But I think I'm right on that. Which revealed Fury was actually in the space station with the other Skrulls the entire time while Talos was doubling. Oh, he was doubling as him. Okay. Wait a minute now. That being No Way Home, that was okay. I was right. I was right because I saw the end credits. Yeah, I was right because I know I wasn't crazy. And along Jackson Medicine, King Busy had personally reportedly joined. And that's just me, in my opinion. Could be good or a bad thing, but in my opinion, Kinsley Busy Bear is the source to be playing one of the lead villains. Okay, because he could be like and plus, like in my opinion, and you look at it, in my opinion, everybody. If you look at it, in my opinion, based on the shows, everything like that, I'll be looking at. You look at it, in my opinion, everything like that, which I do like. we look at it, in my opinion, based on the shows I be seeing, man. Based on the shows I be seeing, man. Based on the shows, everything else I be seeing, man. They got a big problem. I think, in my opinion, based on these Marvel stuff, because if you look at the movie No Way Home, they say everybody just had forgot, and plus, in my opinion, I don't think everybody forgot. But that just me, in my opinion, everything like that. But I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't get it. I could be wrong. I could be right. But everybody different. King Busy, his role in Mark Mann said Virginia Queer playing debut as like in the Emmy, had earned 3 nominations. Okay, I like. Olivia Colman is also joining. Oh, her portrayal. Oh, because just I think that, in my opinion, that in my opinion, that this person right here is actually, like, in my opinion, playing as, could be playing double agent. I think Olivia Colman, her character could be playing double agent, or could be joining, she could be joining the lead villain. I think, in my opinion, but everybody different on that. But everybody that I might be wrong, but but I might be right on that. I think I'm right. Dang, I don't get. Emily Clark last year, Game of Thrones, report to me. Oh shucks, shucks. I did not want her. Oh man, shucks. So we wanted her to play in DC. We wanted her to play Mirror. Shucks. And we stuck with Amber Heard. Man, it's a mess, man. Come on. Why are we stuck with? Never mind. Never mind. Cause we stuck with a person that we don't even like. No. Oh man. Man, that just me. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it, man. Shoot. Because everybody different on that, but in my opinion, I kind of don't like it. Kind of like it. Some people do, some people don't, but I don't like it. And Killian Stott report. Okay. We're not sure if it's actually true. She joining. Wait a minute now. Who is all these people playing? Because I seen names. I seen names and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, like, I'm not seeing parts they're playing. Because Emily Clark, she like the Dragon Lady or something like that. And yeah, Christopher Medano, Sound Dog. Oh, okay. His character gonna be new. Colby's. Okay, she played head Asian lady. I know her. Okay, I like it. I like this article. This article, this article just don't tell who everybody play. Up in the stuff, I think, in my opinion, but but but, but like, in my opinion, right? What everybody don't like, but everybody don't like, in my opinion, is, but what everybody don't like, which I think, in my opinion, they don't. Everybody, well, I don't like that. They're not telling, right, in my opinion, which part they're playing. Because think about it, I already know who Maria Hill is. I already know who Samuel Jackson playing. I already know about the main people. But that's why they're not saying who the other people playing is, and that could be like a whole separate thing, which I don't like. Which I don't like, in my opinion, could be good or a bad thing. But like, in my opinion, that sound like good news. I think, in my opinion, is that they're making a show, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad, everything between. But everybody is different. And that just me, in my opinion, with like that. You could be different. I could be. Everything could be different in my opinion. But the thing about for me, which I do think that people judge up my opinion too far up. But that's just me in my opinion. Everybody could be different. Everybody can be different in my opinion. But like in my opinion, right? But the thing in my opinion, which I do think that should be good, should be bad, everything in between, is like I think that shows everything like that. That shows in movies need their characters, the character that the person doing the show should know about the character somewhat before you do it, just not to piss off the fans too much. Because think about for me, right? If you're willing to do the research and you still get it wrong, that's on you. But the thing is, it's like we got directors who don't even do shows and that, not like that, in my opinion. But the thing about my opinion, like which I like, don't like everything else had that. Which I do think, in my opinion, can be good or bad thing. But the thing about my opinion is right. I'm about to show you a next article based on the Fantastic Four thing we're talking about. But everybody, my opinion, which I do think can be good, bad, everything in between. Which I do think everything in my opinion could be taken out of context if the Marvel people don't get their stuff together. I think, in my opinion, but um, if they don't do this casting right, then everybody, I think, in my opinion, could be bad, but everything between, which I do think, in my opinion, right? If they don't get it, but they don't get it, not like that, which I do think, in my opinion, could be a good thing. But if y'all got a question based on the article I read, then y'all can put the question down below. Because the thing about for me, right, which I do know, is that some people, in my opinion, do take things out of context. But then by this Marvel and MCU for the Fantastic Four, they got to get this one right. They got to do this one right because we all know right now if they get this casting wrong from the Fantastic Four, this movie is bad. That means Marvel can't even make no more Fantastic Four movies for a while. I think, in my opinion, if they get this one wrong. And let's just try to get this. Let's try to read this article right here and see. Let me get to read the article. Marvel has reportedly begun casting the MCU Fantastic Four. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. And said the new rumors claim John Watts rebooting a current classic actors who currently play the Marvel Cinematic take heroes, which I do think you're right, and will play. Wait a minute, the Marvel Cinematic Universe will play take on heroes. Okay, but the thing about it, like which version of the Fantastic Four they doing? If they're doing the old version of the Fantastic Four, or if they're doing, which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or a bad thing. But the thing about for me, which I do think, in my opinion, could be wrong. But everybody different though. But everybody different. But let's just keep on reading the article and see how good this is right here. I would like to see that, but the thing is, that's not the Reed Richards I know though. Unless it's a modern version of it, but that's not the Reed I like. And according to my shine on Twitter, study source Jeremy Studios leak in recent months on began Fantastic Four. The film John Watt, meaning Spider-Man No Way Home director, would jump from the MCU for one MCU project to another. Okay. Because his first and second Spider-Man movie didn't have much stakes to it. It had some stakes, but it didn't hit you like the first Spider-Man movie with Sam Raimi did. But that's just me and my opinion on it though. And kind of like for me, it'd be as soon as Fantastic Four would debut after Walt Disney bought Fantastic. It bought 20th Century Fox, but the thing about for me, which I don't get, it sounds like it supposed to be Phase 4 Ant-Man franchise director Peyton Reed will tackle the first family. It seems who most interested, the man behind the Spider-Man trilogy. Okay, I'm like that. Okay, but shucks, I would like Edgar Wright to do it, but the thing is, Marvel probably wouldn't bring him back. That's just me. They probably wouldn't bring him back. I think, in my opinion, but. But the thing is, John Watson seemed like a competent director, but on certain scenes, on Spider-Man Home, I wouldn't like it. I like some of the scenes I didn't, but it's why they had kill X didn't make sense in my opinion, but it still did it. But the wrestler turned John Cena wants to play thing while Jar Jar Banks, a mom recently, he would love to play Reed. Okay, I think Andy Reed Black and Avery's white, but the thing about it, they might be changing it around. Oh, so they want people from. I get it. Which I don't get, in my opinion. Which I do think, in my opinion, could be good or a bad thing. But the thing about for me, um, this is me what I think of it. Which I do think, in my opinion. Which I do think, in my opinion, could be a good thing. But thing about for me, which I do think, right, um, if they're gonna do the Fantastic Four, please do Fantastic Four right, in my opinion. Because they like, if we don't get the Fantastic Four right, then in my opinion, they can't form the Illuminati or anything like that. It was Tony Stark, he did. Professor Xavier might be coming, and the Reed's one of them. But the thing is, right, in my opinion, they got to find a way to bring back Tony Stark. Rather we like it or not, they got to find a way to bring him back to form the big old, in my opinion, how can I say this? In my opinion, they should be bringing it back. But everybody different on that. They should be bringing it back, in my opinion. Different opinions. I think based on the Fantastic Four, which I do know and see all the time. Which I do think everything can be good, everything can be bad. Which I do think, in my opinion, can be good. But if anybody, just anybody got questions or anything like that, they want to ask me, I'll answer their questions. But I would like to answer their questions if they do. If they got any questions about it. But the thing for me, right? One of the only questions I have this for this now, because right, if they plan on bringing a black and Reed, that mean that Sue Storm gotta be white, because she can't be black too. Sue Storm got to be black at some point. Some point. Sue Storm cannot be black because we had it in Jessica album. Unless they bring her back, and knowing Disney, they might not do that. If they're not bringing her back, Sue Reed need to be white, and Mr. Reed need to be white. The Fantastic Four, the man that stretches it like that. That's just me, in my opinion, about that part. But and plus the next thing that I gonna be doing, I like to do a review on is like the Karate Kid show. The show is actually good. So if anybody, if you look at it, the show is actually a good show. It's actually a good show. Like, but some people don't let it get chances to. It's actually a good show in my opinion. But everybody different though. But everybody different in their own way. Everybody different in their own way. I think, in my opinion. But like for me, in my opinion, what I do like the Karate Kid show. The Karate Kid Cobra Kai show is actually a good show in my opinion. But we might not like it. They might not like us saying it, but that's what the Karate Kid show is actually good. Cobra Kai show was based on the Karate Kid is actually a good show. And this is all the casting they're supposed to be doing right here. And plus the IMB rating is 8.6 out of 10. I like that rating. That's actually a good rating for the show. Because the show is actually good. Because if you've seen the movies, it's based on the movies too, I think, and stuff like that. Some of the stuff based on the movies. If you've seen the real Karate Kid movies, it's actually good. And plus, but in my opinion, creators of the show, John He, created by television, John Hertz, Hayden Socialberg, star Raphael Mocho. That is Daniel. That's Daniel. If everybody that don't know, and Wayne Young Zabak. That is Johnny. And Zio is Zolo Marengo. He is Miguel in the show. And plus the other people this season, I like a lot more, in my opinion. Actually good. Just think about it. If you look at the show, the Karate Kid show growth in all the characters, and put the show new characters have problems, they try to solve it themselves, everything like that. He plays Daniel, William, Zolo right here. He is Miguel, and he playing just the Blue Beetle. Just for anybody that don't know, Courtney Heller. play as Amanda, then your wife, everything like that. In case people don't know. And plus, one of my favorites actress on the show is Mary Mauser playing Samantha. Because anybody, I like out both of them, in my opinion. I but the thing is, as it went along, I think, in my opinion, as she started changing, I think, in my opinion, it's that Tori could have been a better person. I think for me, I think. And we got Eli Bertrand is also played. His real name is Jacob. I like him, but the whole cast is good. I like Gene. Dang, that these some hard names. And plus Vanessa Rubio playing as Carmen Diaz. John Kreese doing as Martin Cole. Aiden Minks. Peyton. Oh yeah, Peyton List. I like her. I like her on the show because she feisty, but I like her. Nicole Brown, I actually like her on the show. She wasn't bad, but I like her. And Kipo, okay. And Joe Silas counterpart. I actually like these characters on the show. Some of them characters getting nervous more than others because they sense they just don't teach me any better. Crease, because look at it, Crease supposed to be his teacher, and you're supposed to teach your students right, in my opinion. He's not doing that. And he's not doing that, in my opinion, because you're supposed to be a teacher and you're supposed to be able to teach your students right from wrong, in my opinion. And he's not doing that, in my opinion. But everybody's different. But if y'all got questions about the Cobra Kai thing, because you look at movies like these, be good. And from other things, I would like to see what the Cobra Kai thing, because they had Cobra Kai poster. Yeah, right here. If you look at this right here, that symbolizes the show right there, in my opinion. That symbolizes the show. Rather we like it or not, this symbolizes the show. Johnny and Daniel versus Chris and Terry. But if you see the end of this show right here, if you see the end, then you will know, like at the end of the show, then you see the end of the show is that Terry just had betrayed Chris and just put Chris in jail just for no reason. I got Sean, if you want to come in, I got the link. And plus, I'm sorry for your loss too, man. I'm sorry for your loss, man. And kind of like for me, right? If you look at the Cobra Kai show, we like to admit it or not, it kind of like the admit it or not. If y'all want to come in and anything else like that, if and for the Cobra Kai show, it's actually a real good show. And plus, right, and and plus, right, even at the Cobra Kai show, the Cobra Kai show is actually, like, in my opinion, is paying respects to the old characters, but also giving the new characters shine at the same time. And that what other shows just need to learn too. Something like Star Wars. If you look at it, if you look at Star Wars, the Star Wars people should learn from Cobra Kai. I think, in my opinion, the Star Wars show people should learn from Cobra Kai because if you look at it, it is giving the old and the new respect at the same time. Because the old characters is growing as a person, and plus newer people is growing itself. Rather, rather we just like the man or not. We need old for the new people just to take over. I think in my opinion, could be a good thing. But the thing is, like, if you look at in my opinion, right? If you look at my opinion, if you look at the way that Cobra Kai actually built up their characters slowly, everything like that, the new and the old characters, people invested in the show, and that's actually a good thing. And that's why I think because everybody, if you look at the Cobra Kai show overall, the Cobra Kai show, in my opinion, if you look at the Cobra Kai show overall, Cobra Kai show, in my opinion, show respect to the old people and respect to the old fans and new fans that are gaining. And that's what every property need to learn. Give respect to the old while you giving the new fans, like in my opinion, respect at the same time. You might not like it to write it. That's what this means. Don't try to bring your personal politics inside the show. Just try to write the best story. Just try to write the best story possible as a show, in my opinion. But think about it, that just me. That's just me, in my opinion. That's what I feel about it. Because anybody, if you look at it, in my opinion, I think some songwriters, everything like that, just want to write a show just because their personal feelings and they got it. But just anybody just want to come in, yeah, just want to come into the live stream and everything like that. But the thing about who's your favorite character on the show? Because the thing about it, my favorite character of the show, the thing about Miguel and Hawk and so Samantha, those my three favorites right there. But then besides that, just the new girl that's in Johnny Crew. I actually like her. I actually like her though. If you've seen the Cobra Kai at the end of the season, if she was training a little bit longer, I think, in my opinion, I think that, in my opinion, is that character could give, in my opinion, um how can I say this? She gives Tori and Sam a run for their money. If she would have trained a little bit longer, I think, in my opinion, but I could be wrong or right. But then, if y'all got if y'all got questions about about the show, anything like that, if y'all got Any concerns I got about it? Because if you look at it, in my opinion, if you look at my opinion, what I do like about the Cobra Kai show, that just my concerns about it, which I think like in my opinion, right, my concerns is like I don't want them to have too many seasons of this show. Oh, what's up, Jason? You want to come in? I got the link because cause if you look at it, but if you look at it, in my opinion, if you look at the Cobra Kai show is not actually. It is actually a drama series, just with karate at the same time. But the thing about it, they count it as okay, okay, Jason, I'll still be here. And plus, like, for my opinion, which I do like, in my opinion, based on shows, movies, everything like that, which I do like, could be good. But everybody, but like everybody think that the Cobra Kai show is not woke enough, which I don't agree with, which is dumb in my opinion, because because they, by my opinion, which I like, don't like everything like that. If you gotta get a new show, you gotta get a new show every time like that. And if you want to blueprint just how to write a show this for old property, that's what this show right here is actually like a good blueprint to go by. And that just me and my, if y'all think that the show could do better on certain stuff, then y'all can tell me down below. Because by if you look at the choreography could be good, but the thing about my questions I had is like Stingray, who's supposed to be loyal to Johnny, he just turned against Cobra Kai that just teach him, and that kind of surprised me as well. Because thing about for me, right, is like it shouldn't take you it shouldn't take you that quick to get people to turn against Kreese. Because if you look at it, most of the students look like they're scared of Kreese just by his presence alone when he walked in a room, and that wouldn't make no sense in my opinion. Shoot, how can I say this? It wouldn't make no sense for people to have stuff like that, in my opinion. Rather we like it or not, it wouldn't make no sense to have it. But everybody different on that. But in my opinion, if y'all want different stuff, which I don't like in of my opinion, some people might like it, some people might not. Which I don't like in my opinion. But the thing about it, if y'all got a different opinion on the show, but my opinion on the show is like it's actually a good show. And the show for me is a 4.5 stars. It's better than last season. And plus, like for me, I was I wasn't hoping for this season to be better than last season. I'm just hoping for the first three seasons to be good, and the fourth and fifth seasons to be just average. Because that's what, if you look at most shows quality go down after the fourth and fifth seasons most of the time. Rather be like it or not. whether we like it or not, the show's quality do go down most of the time in season 4 and 5. You look at the CW, first 3 seasons be good, fourth, fifth seasons do not be good. Rather we like it to a minute or not. It's always good like that. And that just me. And that just me and my opinion of it. But the thing about for me, right, it's not like most shows and stuff, most shows stuff that I done seen, everything else like that. But the thing about the show stuff I done seen, like so you yeah, we might not want to in a minute, but just Netflix know how to make these shows good. But the thing about Netflix is like Netflix need people who know how to pull them back to a little bit. Could if you look at it, I would give Cowboy Bebop another how can I say another season. I think in my opinion, because they might if you look at it, um, some people in my opinion don't like the first season, but they like the second season better than the first season, of my opinion, and that would end up happening sometime. And that just me. That just me in my opinion. But end up liking they plan on liking they end up liking all they end up liking the second season better than the first sometime based on in my opinion, right? Yeah, everybody might not like it. But y'all more action to a show. If you ask a general audience member why they like the first season better than the second season, they will say, in my opinion, which I did ask people sometime at my job, do you like the first and second season better? Some people say they like the second season better because the first season be boring and building up the world and stuff like that. And plus the second season does have more action and easier to follow. And I learned. That's what I learned for some people who not really comic book fans and stuff like that. And and some people said just for the on the Cobra Kai stuff, they actually like the first season, and that's kind of hard to see. That's kind of hard to find sometimes, based on first seasons, because you look at most shows in my opinion have better second or third seasons than if you look at shows everything like that what they have. Some people like the second, third, and fourth season better than the first, and that was some people who don't like to go about origin stories. I think, in my opinion, some people just like going by action, which I don't like, in my opinion. That like with some people just going by shows that they're just going by action and everything like that. But that's what I understand the general audience like. The general audience don't like story building sometimes, was get on nerves sometimes as comic book fans, everything else like that, which is a bad thing for me. That's a bad thing for me as a comic book fan, stuff like that. Just hearing general audience members say they don't want it, that like first seem to be boring and stuff like that to some people. But but the thing, in my opinion, is like you got to tell them sometimes. Like you got to have like a first or second season, a first season of origin stories, I think, to build up the world around it before you get to the second or third season, and that would get people hooked to the show, which I think, in my opinion, do. Because if you look at it, it's like the MCU, but but just better, just better in some points. I think they do for the MCU. So like for me, right, if you look at it, the Cobra Kai show actually had consequences. Certain actions, I think, in my opinion, it's so consequences, everything like that. The different certain people actions. Because you look at the school fight when somebody fall. Hmm, shoot, man. Shoot, man. In my opinion, when somebody fall, they get hurt, their back get hurt, everything like that, and up in season 4, um, if you've seen the fight versus Tori and Sam, ooh, that's one of the best girl fight scenes I've seen, based based on my opinion, competition, everything like that would be a good thing, which I do think could be a good thing or bad, but it's up to y'all to choose. It's up to y'all to choose which version y'all think to be a good or a bad thing. But everybody's different to a way. I think, in my opinion, but everybody's different. But the thing about for me, which I do like dealing with, which I do like dealing with Cobra Kai and stuff like that, is like the show actually, like in my opinion, do do not look SJW, nothing like that. It's actually telling the story, in my opinion. It's actually telling the story, and that just me. If you can actually tell a story, I think, in my opinion, it could be a good thing. You've got to tell a story. If they can't tell a story, then that is good. That is not a good thing as to see them. If they can't tell a good story, but everybody is different in that way. They got to be able to tell a story. And that is my opinion on that. Because think about it, if we look at it, that a show in the series got to have good writing and good story. If you don't have a good story or writing, then you cannot be a good thing. Cannot be a good thing. And that it could be good, bad, everything in between. But everybody is different in that way. And we cannot be like, in my opinion, telling just telling different stuff. I think, in my opinion, everybody's different. That is my opinion on that, based on Cobra Kai, based on everything I saw. But the thing about my opinion about the whole thing is, like, we got to be able to tell a real good story about that, because we we got to have the fifth season. It then because anybody, if that fifth season, I think, in my opinion, just don't make no sense. If you look at it, that Kreese went to jail. Just for anybody who don't know about the big old, how can I say this, the end of season 4, it was actually like, in my opinion, Kreese going to jail. That's just me. Because then, for me, right, when I seen that, and plus, when you see Terry was not himself, everything like that, in my opinion, it seemed like it to me. Yeah, I can like it or not. It seemed like it to me. It seemed like to me that Terry was playing something. Terry was planning something when he came back to teach. If I was Kreese, then I would have been watching him the whole time, and I would have been having, like, in my opinion. Oh,
What's going on, brother?
what's up, Jason? You see the whole season of Cobra Kai?
Yeah, this fourth one. I saw it last week when it came out, but I binged the whole season and like the whole night. That first night it came out.
but that ending was shocking to me because you know it's like both of them just made the war together and play. You wouldn't expect Terry
So I brought
to
my
do that.
got my cover.
Oh,
Got my
shit.
Cobra Kai
Oh,
shirt.
yeah.
I got my
Oh
Cobra
my
Kai shirt.
God.
Bro, my Cobra Kai shirt. I seen you were talking about Cobra Kai. Oh, with Terry Silver, with the Terry Silver and Kreese going to jail.
Yeah, that actually has surprised me
Oh
because
yeah,
both of them just went to war together, and you wouldn't expect your own war buddy to put you in jail.
I knew something
Oh,
was going to happen because when Stingray got beat up and he was talking to the cops, I was like, "Oh crap!" I thought they were just coming to arrest Silver. I didn't realize. I really didn't think of it, and I was like, "Oh, they really." When he said, "You really want to be Cobra Kai?" You know, when he was beating him up, Silver was beating up Stingray, and I was like, and it made sense. All I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's what he did to get to trick him to do that." But supposedly the fifth season's already filmed. They've already filmed it, so
Oh,
and I hope it comes out summer. I hope we don't have to wait till next December. But I don't. I know. What I've heard, they're going to have at least 2 more seasons. So we're going to get at least
okay.
this one coming out and possibly 6. I don't know if we'll get any more after that. I could see it because this
Hillary
season here,
Swank.
I don't. Yeah, I think they'll bring. I don't know if they'll bring her in this one, but
Yeah,
this season's going to be. They're going to get ready for the tournament. But you know how
yeah,
season 3, you know, they didn't have the tournament. They were just getting ready for the whole season. They were preparing for it.
yeah.
And you know, this season had 4. It's sort of like the first and second season, the same way. So I think well, you've seen that they brought Chosen. You know, he was at the end of the credit. You know, right there with Daniel.
Oh,
At
yeah.
Mr. Miyagi's grave. And I believe Hillary Swank's. I believe it would make sense if they bring her in. I mean, if they just have her for a cameo or something. But you
Yeah.
know, it would be good because that would tie it up in. And you know, Silver's going to bring in Mike Barnes. They already hinting it that he's going to go bring him in from the third one. So
Oh,
he'll
yes. That would be
he'll
good.
and I guess Kreese, Kreese is going to have a redemption act. You know, after he gets out, whenever he gets out of jail, it'll be his redemption and all that. But
Oh,
I could see that. I hope they bring Hillary Swank in just you know, that 4th final film. You know, is in now the one with Jackie Chan and all that. That's not gonna
yeah.
be. They're not gonna bring that in because that has nothing to do with this series.
I think they will though.
You
I
think
think they
so?
will. Yeah, yeah. Because we all know that Jaden and Will Smith,
Yeah.
they is they they is kind of like a too big of a name to leave out. You know what I mean? And some
Yeah.
people still it's too big of a
Well,
name to leave out.
if I do, I hope they. It's just a quick thing. I hope they know it's not part of the main story because it really doesn't fit in with this universe. It's sort of like that 2016 Ghostbusters. It really doesn't
Mm-hmm.
fit in with the other 3 Ghostbusters. So, if they do, say, hey, we know this guy in,
Yeah,
I think it was in Beijing or something. Hey, we know this guy. He does kung fu karate. And if you want to learn some lessons from him, and that's how they could do it, maybe. But stick with. I hope
yeah,
they stick with the 4 films. You got to stick with the 4 films. And that's what I said. I hope. I know the 4th film ain't that ain't that popular, but just because that was his last one. Because Mr. Miyagi was in that one, so I
oh
hope they do
yeah,
bring her in just to say, hey, I taught. She can come in there and tell Daniel, say, hey, I taught what Mr. Miyagi taught me too, and I'm here to help you out. And maybe with some lessons or something. Just something in there to bring her in there.
yeah.
And as like I said, I could see her coming in, even if they do bring the Jackie Chan thing. And then season 6 will be the final one. They'll wrap it
And
up after that.
and and plus, if you look at it right, if you bring in the Jackie Chan something like that,
Mm-hmm.
that could be a new style. What we Robbie just can learn because you remember this his back got hurt, and,
Yeah.
and plus and plus he might need a style that won't be so scruffy on his back
Yeah.
and kung fu
Oh,
is
Miguel. Yeah,
kind of
Miguel.
like yeah
I want to find out
yeah
who see, that's interesting. They're gonna now this. See, that's what I said. This season coming up, they're going. I guess they're going to Mexico. Where they're going to find Miguel's dad and all that. So
Wait a minute.
it's interesting who Miguel's dad is. That's going to be interesting there.
Yeah, you sure it just ain't Tommy for Power Rangers? Because that'd be funny if it is.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Unless it's Mike Barnes, I don't know. Unless it is Mike Barnes as his dad, I don't know. Unless they pull that around, Silver, brings Mike Barnes in, and that's his dad. They figure.
But they had rumors. Oh yeah, because if you look at it, the Cobra Kai people always been saying they have rumors of Tommy coming into the show. The Cobra Kai show. They have rumors of that.
Well, I mean, we won't know until I guess we get it, but it's going to be. I mean, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't like this season. I mean, this season wasn't the best. I say I liked the last season better, but I did like this season. I mean, I liked everyone. I have not had no. I haven't. Like I said, it may not be the best one, but I still liked it. I have no complaints with it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it better than any of the Disney Plus shows or the Star Wars shows or any of them. I think it was better put together and better. It's like we were talking earlier today. Somebody was talking earlier about that. Have you seen the new Boba Fett episode that came out yesterday?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. But,
besides the bicycles with the different colored bicycles or motorcycles or speed bikers or what they call them. I know everybody's saying the Power Rangers are there.
Yeah. The kind of thing is like I think Disney is just trying to build a lore just for Boba Fett, but the thing is the lore is already up in the comic books though. But the thing is like Disney had canceled. Remember when they bought it?
Yeah,
they had canceled most of the EU stuff.
Yeah,
and now
they pretty much they're down there trying to dig back into it because they can't figure out what to do.
They should never cancel it though. That's the whole problem. They should never cancel it in the first place because the comic book is right there telling you about this stuff.
You got Kathleen Kennedy says, "Oh, we have no material. We have no material," because they were talking about when they were making the movies. Oh crap! You ain't got no material. You got comic books. You got a ton of EU stories. George Lucas had his own 3 stories wrote out, and you didn't want to do them. You just decided to do what you wanted to do with the 3 movies.
She had and threw it away.
Exactly. I would love to see what George Lucas had planned. I would have loved to seen it. I mean, I believe it become totally different, but I would have loved to see what he actually had planned because I guarantee you, fans probably would have been a lot happier.
The thing is that because they said George Lucas had Luke Skywalker living through all 3 movies, teaching Finn and Rey how to fight.
Yeah,
to fight Kylo Ren and everything like that. It would have been like Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon Jinn and Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan. That fight, it would have been similar.
Yeah, well, what I've understood, Luke would have got married. Was it Mary Jade? What's her name? Mary Jade.
Yeah,
and he would have had kids, and Han and them would have had. They would have had 2 twins, I guess, too. And so you wouldn't have had Ray or Finn or Ben. You would have had different, I guess you would have different Jedi kids, and what I understand, like Darth Maul, there would have been somebody they've been somebody similar to Darth. It's his
brother.
Yeah, his brother or somebody was a female was going to be the bad Sith. It was one that has the big fingers on the head.
Yeah.
I can't think of. I saw a picture. I can't think of the name, but I saw that, and that was rumored who Lucas was trying to put in there as the back. It wouldn't have had the Emperor, I don't think, or none of that.
It would make more sense that Kylo Ren being the bad guy.
Yeah, they shouldn't have brought the. They really shouldn't have brought the Emperor back at all. The Emperor should not have never came back. They shouldn't have killed Snoke, and that would have been.
Yeah.
Kill him at the end. If you're going to kill him at the end. Don't kill him right there in the middle. Or
because they should have made Snoke kill Han Solo instead of Kylo Ren. That would have made no sense, I think, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wish they wouldn't have killed Harrison Ford so quickly either.
I would kill him just in the second movie, I think, in my opinion. I would kill him in the second movie.
Yeah. But, I mean, Layla, they had to do what they had to do because she passed away. I mean, there's nothing they could have did about that. But
I understand her.
The way they killed Luke, that was a waste. Yeah. And it was a waste because we didn't have Luke in the first movie at all. The Force Awakens, did we get a glimpse of him? And that was it. That was all we got of him. So a 2-second glimpse of Luke. That's all we got in the whole movie.
Is we sure that Luke really dead? Because we know up in the Star Wars universe that we thought that Mace Windu was dead, but he's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, supposedly I'm hearing it. We're gonna get Mace Windu back either at the end of this Boba Fett or The Mandalorian 3 or 4. That's what I'm hearing now. That what I was listening to somebody and they were saying that Ahsoka in the Ahsoka series, I guess Luke and her are going to meet up and they're going to go to some temple and they're going to find Mace Windu. So Mace Windu's been hiding, in this temple for ever since he got injured.
That won't make no sense though. The Mace Windu just be hiding like that because we all know Mace Windu like to fight.
Yeah, so I don't know, and maybe, and you got to look at Boba Fett. He's got, if he revenges his dad's death, I could see that too.
Yeah, and Boba Fett bet not try to fight Mace Windu because we know what happened just to the father, and his father was better than him.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. And did you hear about Netflix is making a Gundam movie? Yeah. You made a classic Gundam.
What is it now?
Just the classic Gundam. You remember that one that came out back in the day?
I haven't. I don't think I've seen it.
They're supposed to be making a Gundam movie just for Netflix, and they were making they're supposed to be doing a Power Rangers universe on Netflix too.
Yeah, I heard they're doing the Power Ranger thing. Netflix got a lot of stuff. It's just the problem with Netflix is they give up on a lot of their properties too quickly, though.
Yeah,
so that's the thing. Sometimes you hope you get a next season and you don't know if you're going to get one or not because they canceled the series.
Yeah,
that's one thing bad about Netflix. They really don't give their series a chance. A lot of them.
And they need to give Cowboy Bebop another chance too. Because
they already canceled that one. See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, they already canceled it already, so it's done. I watched the whole first series and I was like, it wasn't the best, but I was interested in it. But now it's like, well, there's
I've seen worse than that Netflix. A whole nother season.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was like I invested my time to watch it, and like I said, I wasn't the best, but I was interested. I would have watched the second season because the way it ended. But it's now we're not going to get it because they've already canceled the series. So that's something I hate when Netflix does that. They just cancel damn series without even giving it a chance.
That it was some show on Netflix that I thought it was canceled, but the fans made so much some kind of uproar on it. They just brought it back. It was some kind of it was a science show at Spanx or something like that. or some kind of Star Trek or Smash show. It was a
Mhm.
space show that Netflix had canceled. But the fans that made so much or some kind of uproar on it, Netflix just brought it back and said a whole nother season, and
Yeah.
not even get a fifth season of it. It's up to the fans to bring it back though. It's up to the fans to ask for it though. That's the thing.
Yeah. If I was Netflix, I would want Cobra Kai to just keep going until it just dies out, because that there makes some money.
Because
I mean, I want to long as
Stranger
as long as the story's good, story keeps. I don't mind them keep making series,
yeah.
just long as they, if they get. I mean, they're gonna have to get to a point. It's like even Cobra Kai. They're gonna have to get to a point where you say, we're gonna have this got to be the final season, because I mean, you're gonna be like, you can already see it. The Daniel's youngest son, they're gonna start training him now, because he was the bully, and he picked on that one kid. Now that one kid's beating his ass, so now you can see he's gonna be trained, so he'll be. But I mean, eventually, you don't want Daniel's grandkids, at Cobra Kai, the grandkids version. I mean, it gets to a point you will have to, call it a day, But I so far I'm enjoying it. Because like I said, Kreese and all them guys are eventually gonna get so old. They ain't gonna be. They're gonna be so old you can't even really be. Enjoyable, but but right now, I mean, like I said, I saw one thing, a meme. It was funny. It was like, who's going to get Kreese out of jail? And they had Kreese, and you remember he was in Rambo 2 with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And they had a picture of somebody did this. I don't know. They had Kreese in jail, and they had Sylvester Stallone, which says "Free Kreese" shirt on it. It was like trying to rip the bars out of the jail cell, sort of like they did on Rambo. Yeah, I was like, oh my god! I said that is so cool. I said if Sylvester Stallone shows up in this thing, I'll be dying, man.
Wasn't there somebody else up in the unit just with Terry that didn't like him? That was back in that scene. I think it was 3 people in that case. It was Terry, Kreese, and somebody else. Remember?
Which one?
That on the war days with Kreese and everybody like that. It was 3 people in that case though.
Well, there was a couple, but they showed a couple they were like it was like 5 or 6 of them in it, but a couple of them got killed though. They showed a couple of them get killed, and they were doing the flashbacks.
Yeah, but still was 3. It was Kreese, him, and somebody else. That ain't trust Kreese at the same time. Remember, it was that third person that was an unknown actor, I think, up in there.
I'd have to. I don't remember. He wasn't part of the. He wasn't.
It was a black dude, I think. It was a black dude.
Okay, but it wasn't part of the original any of the Karate Kid series. Nobody was in the Karate Kid.
No,
I know. I like I said, he's going to have somebody else. So. Like I said, they're saying Mike Barnes be in it, so that was his student, in the third one. So, and that's why I so hope Hilary Swank they bring her. I want them at least before they finish it, bring Hilary Swank in, have her part, because they've brought everybody back. They've had every person that's still alive. From that girl from Okinawa to Chosen. Even Mr. Miyagi, they even had the flashbacks of him in the thing, so he's actually been in it, even though he's been dead, he's dead. So, I mean, she's like one. So, I mean, once they bring, if they do bring Mike Barnes in, I mean, only person really left, main person is Hilary Swank. I mean, she's the only person, unless anybody in that movie, anybody was in that movie, but they've been
that and. I think the only just the only way to bring down, I think, Terry is to bring on somebody just in his past. Just that Terry just don't like.
Yeah. I mean, we'll dig into that past there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, that these they've made these movies so relevant, and I mean the show. I mean, these movies came out in the 1980s, and it's like, damn, it's like, reliving those, I was a kid when those movies came out. That's like reliving your kid, your childhood. you know, in some of these movies. And like, yeah, if I was back in the child, I was like, oh, 20, 30 years from now, we're going to see a continuation of this, you know? And, you know, I was never would have thought that. And be able to, and on top of that, be able to bring all those actors and actresses back.
Oh yeah, people back, boy. When I saw Chosen came back just at the end of this season, I was actually shocked though. I was actually shocked just when I saw that.
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing a lot. Like you know how it was amazing that all these actresses and actors are still alive. Most of, well, like even the Cobra Kai gang from the original one. You know, I think it was on season 2. You remember they did the bike trip. You know,
oh,
you know how he did and the one guy, I think, you know, they filmed it. I think it was the bald-headed guy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He died like a month or 2 after they filmed that. So, you know, they had their little memorial at the end. I was like, but it was so cool. They was able to get all 4 of those back together before, you know, and, you know, in his memory, and they were able to do that. So, I mean, that was really cool how they did that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just a 1 or 2 episode part, you know, with them because you know they weren't a main part of the series, but that was really cool. I thought, you know, it's like, wow, that's awesome, you know, for even like a filler. I wouldn't call it a filler episode, but it wasn't part of the main storyline. But it was really, you know, it was a really good memory of those characters. Even their girlfriend, their girlfriend. You remember the girl they had? They both liked. What's her name? Allie. What's her name? Oh God, Allie. Yeah, Allie. Even they brought her for those two episodes. You know, and I think it was episode of season 2 or something. I mean, that was cool. They would just say to bring her back, just you know, for like, oh man, and they showed some flashbacks and stuff. So it was like it helped the plot line around and everything. I thought it was really, really, really smart.
And it kind of like for me, right? They gonna have to bring back somebody just for Terry Business Pass to beat him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling what I need to go back and watch.
It's my business.
I need to go back and watch them 4 films again and look into characters that I'm not thinking. They might be, you know, because we know the main ones, but you know, we're now getting into the point we're getting to the third. B, C, and D characters, you know, that might be coming that we don't know about.
Because if you look at it, I got to go back and look at the 3rd and 4th film now just to see who could they bring back. Because
especially 3 and 4. You got to look at it. They've been bringing people back by film, if you notice, by the seasons.
Yeah.
And right now we're at 3. We're bringing a lot of they brought almost everything for 3, and so I said, to see them going into that 4th film and grabbing whatever material they can get out of that 4th film. Because I mean, after that, you know, there's nothing else. I mean, that's the final thing.
They gotta have to bring in new people if they gotta make a new season like that.
Of course, but but it's just I was gonna say, but I see them. They're going to have to grab that last little bit of that 4th film. I saw Hilary Swank. Got to bring her and whatever characters in there. That's why I need to go back and watch it. I need to go back and watch it. See, you know who's in that 4th film.
And some of the big YouTubers don't even acknowledge the 4th film because I look at them. I say, wait a minute now. Y'all do know it is a 4 films, like 4 or 5 films if you count the Jackie Chan. They always say it's 3 films. I say it's 4. So you might not like them, but that's what it's 4 films.
There's 4 films, and then there's there's the reboot, which is which is like its own universe. Which you could put it, like I said, they could, you know, maybe they can sneak something in there with them in there. You know, don't mess up the.
How about the bully? How about the bully that was up in the Jaden one? He could come back and help out Hawk or some kind of yell. Remember that just by the temple because bully,
they could. I mean they could. Like I said, sneak something in there. You know.
Yeah.
That you know, but I say, you know, I would say stick with the 4 films. At least get the 4th film. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't consider the 4th film because, you know, Daniel, because they, But Mr. Miyagi, it was continuation of it. Just Daniel was not in it. He had a new student. It was the next Karate Kid. It's what's called the next Karate Kid.
Yeah.
But it's part of the
But you still got
Miyagi universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. It's part of the Miyagi. It's part of the Miyagi universe. I mean, it's part of that universe. Those 4 films are all connected. Part of Miyagi. Miyagi connects them all.
Yeah, and that what people just don't get though. Some people is just stubborn, and you can't tell them nothing in the comment section.
Oh no.
You can't tell them nothing.
Yeah, they may not like it, but it's still part of it. I mean, it's just
yeah,
it's just
because the thing about for me, right, is like you might not like all the Star Wars films, but they canon for now.
Yeah,
you might not like them, but they all canon.
Mm-hmm.
And that what people might not like to hear. But the thing about it, if on the Star Wars, people might need to decanonize episode 8 and 9, and if they want to save the universe, I think in my opinion, they need to discount episode 8 and 9 and just keep 7. I think, in my opinion, and that would leave the Star Wars universe open. I think different future movies. Let's do that.
Yeah, you'd have to You'd have to. It'd be hard. It would be hard to keep 7 in there due to like Leia being dying, because you would have to, if you started like a brand new film 8, it would be kind of, you're gonna have to explain why she's not in that one, and then it'd be hard.
You could always recast Leia.
Yeah, you could, but you know how some of these Star Wars people are. They you do that, they're like, oh, that's not my Princess Leia, and it's sort of like the Black Panther thing, like people, if they recast T'Challa, they gonna have, you're gonna have a select few say that's not my Black Panther, that's not Chadwick Boseman, but that's why I said you're gonna have have hate either way. I mean, that's the only thing bad about it.
But the thing about for me, right, is I was Marvel. They should have recast Black Panther just from the start.
I know.
Instead of waiting this long.
I know. And Kevin Feige said they weren't going to do it, and this and that. It's going to be interesting. I just hope they don't ruin this film, because it's a big film that it's going to bring a lot more characters, a lot more thing, and I hope just because they don't want to recast him, it gets to a point,
they recast Batman, Superman all the time.
Well, of course, but I'm going to say eventually you'll have another superhero. Well, I mean, of course, sooner or later you're going to have another situation like what happened to Chadwick Boseman, and you're going to have like playing a character. What if Tom Holland died right now? What if he passed away? I'm not, not wishing him bad luck, but what if he passed away right now? You're going to have to recast him.
Yeah.
Are you going to say we're no longer going to have the character Spider-Man anymore? I know, of course, you got the other two, Andrew Garfield and the other, but I mean, are you going to do that? I mean, you got to, to make sense. I mean, you're not disrespecting him, recasting him. I mean, you're honoring his role. I mean, he'll always be the original Black Panther. I mean, you're honoring his role. Like Batman, I mean, or what about in Superman? Like, when the original Superman, Christopher Reeve has passed away. So does we no longer have another Superman, or I mean, Christopher Reeves will always be. I know he'll be that special Superman in our life. We'll always remember him as one of the original first Supermans.
Yeah,
but you got to continue on the character. You can't just end the character.
Yeah,
you can't just end the character completely. Well, Henry Cavill, then you got, I guess they're going to recast again. What was the one who did the
Zod?
No, that was the Superman Returns.
Brandon Routh.
See, that was there. Then you got one, and then if you go on them CW shows, they've had multiple Superman.
Yeah,
different ones. But I mean,
If they could recast, how in the world Kevin Feige think that the Black Panther legacy just would not continue if he keep on thinking like feelings? It's business to a point.
well, to me, this is how I look at it. If you get rid of a character, you're basically you're suppressing that character. You know that character is very important to the Black community and all that. And basically say, okay, we're not recasting. So you're basically saying I'm putting this character and putting it on shelf, and it's never going to be ever recast, redone. I mean, to me, that's like you're suppressing that character, not recasting that character.
Yeah,
I mean that's what I'm saying. Okay, we're just not going to have a Black Panther. What do you mean you're not going to have a Black Panther? That's a character. It means a lot to a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, of course, Chadwick Boseman did he was probably nobody could be as good as him as Black Panther. But you know what? You have to have somebody else fill that role. You can't just completely do away with the role just because somebody passed away. You have to
look at it. Because you look at it. Even Chadwick Boseman said like he wants someone else to play besides him. Then he stopped playing it.
Mm-hmm.
He even said it. He even said he wants somebody else to do it besides him.
Exactly.
Stop doing it. And that should tell Kevin Feige something right there. That should
exactly. If Kevin Feige should be the one say, you know what, we're going to do this for Chadwick. He was our first Black Panther. He was the first Black Panther in live action, and he will always be remembered as the Black. Well, you can even go back to even James Bond. You go to get like characters like James Bond. There has been multiple Bonds. Everybody will say Sean Connery was the original Bond. You'll hear that. Oh, he was the original. Well, yes, but then you got Roger Moore. Sean Connery can always be. You say, okay, I put Sean Connery in that pedestal, but we had Roger Moore, we had this. You gotta, the character can't just die. The character can't just die with the person. Yeah. I'm like I said, Chadwick Boseman didn't want that character to die with him. He wants it to go, to be continued. Well, that's in being continued. Actually, it helps his legacy because everybody's like, oh. Black Panther, but I remember the first Black Panther. Everybody's like, I remember the first July. I remember Chadwick. He was like, it's just like when we see Christopher Reeves. We can watch Henry Cavill, but you remember Christopher Reeves for the first time. It may not be but we always remember that. So, but if you suppress the character and just pretty much get rid of it, to me it ruins the character.
Yeah, because you look at it like the Henry Cavill Superman is really the right Superman. If you look at the comments right, Christopher Reeve Superman, you look at was too happy, and two Boy Scout. But you look at the comic book, Henry Cavill Superman was kind of like close to it because he had to learn how to be like that.
Yeah. But Christopher Reeve's Superman was good for the time period it was made, though, because we really didn't that time period. That was one of the first superhero movies, that was out there. That was one of the first. And in the 80s, that was my God, that was like watching Endgame today. I know I got kids. They watch it. It's like, oh, this, even the original Batman movie. They're like, oh, this ain't as good as the one. Yeah, but you gotta remember, guys. I was telling my kids, you got to remember, we didn't have these flashy technology and CGI like y'all have now. Back then, that was fire. That was fire. When we saw that, we was like excited when we saw them kind of movies.
Yeah.
So, it progressed, and I'm sure.
I was born in 89. I was born in 89, something like that. And plus, I grew up with corny stuff. Like the Power Rangers, the dubbing, the underdubbing was out of place.
See, I was born in 78, so I
talk right.
I was born in 78, so I actually like the Superman. I saw that in the theater, the original Superman, the Superman 2, even the third one and fourth. I know everybody really hate the third one and fourth one, but you know what? I watched it in the theater. It was not the best, But back in the day, when I was a kid, I enjoyed the hell out of it. So that's all I can tell. That's what I tell them. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie back in the day because there was no other Superman. There was no other Superman or Batman. We've got the Batman in '89, but we didn't have no other superhero movies back then. And when that came out, man, it was like, holy crap, we got a Superman movie. I mean, a lot to kids back in the day.
Yeah.
Even that Masters of the Universe He-Man, I know you look at it today and people are like, oh my God, that movie looks like trash. But I'm like, back in, I think it was in, when he came in, 82 or 83 or something. But when that movie,
83.
Yeah, 83. But when that movie came out, man, that was because I loved He-Man. I was like, that was the most exciting movie I ever seen. Because of course, like I said, we don't have that CGI like we have today, and the technology. They can make all those special effects.
Mm-hmm. And for you,
so, I mean, it just
kids today, that some kids today are just stubborn. They just spoil you with everything.
Oh, they're spoiled. It's like the Transformers. See, I was watching. I popped in the Transformer movie. You remember the one with Unicron and all that?
Yeah.
The movie. And then my kid's like, "Oh, that looks like trash." And I was like, "Dude, that movie meant a lot. I loved the Transformers when I was a kid. I was one of my favorite things. That I was so excited when I went and saw. I saw that in the theaters back when that came out, and that was amazing. That was like I said, like a kid watching the Snyder Cut or Endgame today, or
some of the
Into
old
the Spider-Verse.
You just got the best movie.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's one that still I love that one, but I'm just. But I was just like, but that technology, I know that wasn't the crispest animation like they have today, and wasn't no Pixar. But dude, I was a freaking excited eating my popcorn in the theater when I saw it, man. That was, I was in heaven, man. The kids don't realize that, man. Kids are spoiled today.
Yeah. And when you look at it, it's kind of the parents' fault too, because the parents don't really teach them stuff was different back in the day. They just expect kids to know. You got to teach them and tell them that everything wasn't always
exactly
like
exactly, and you got to appreciate
that's who they're going to do.
And you got to appreciate even like older films, even films that's older than me. You got to appreciate some of those films because the way they were made. I like sometimes you look some of the older films than that, and it goes into the 60s or 50s. Some of the older films, it's like. They didn't have the technology, but some of them films were pretty done pretty good for the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old original Die Hard. Look at the original Die Hard. That was fun. Look how and that thing is a classic. I mean, look at that. Or an original Alien movie. Alien was 1980 or 79. I can't remember. But look at that. I mean, that's a classic. And it may not be up to the date to technology, but they did it pretty damn good. Now some films, a little rough, but some of them films, even the original Predator was, pretty good for its time period.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Star Treks or the different
and
things.
Some of the new people still like the older Predator more than the new one.
Yeah. I love the original, man. I love the originals. Predator and Predator 2. I like that one. The one with
I like Predator 2. Yeah.
I liked them both. Them two. And Predators was the third one, I think. Predators, that was the. They're supposed to be coming out with a new one. They got a new one coming out, I think, next summer.
They're gonna have some like just a new race of predator.
Yeah, it's called Prey or something like that. Prey
predators, the origins of them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be back.
Okay.
Like in the 1700s. It's supposed to be like way before the original. It's back in the 1700s, back in the colonial, back when the it sounded like around like George Washington, right when it was like right when they were starting to during the northern when it was like Northern American was mostly just a couple states. It sounds what it sounds like. That's what it sounded like. 1600 something around around that time, Christopher Columbus or something. So you're gonna have people like muskets and stuff, I guess, trying to fight this thing. That's what it sounds like. They ain't gonna they ain't gonna have they don't have like weapons like Stallone, like Schwarzenegger had or nothing. They're gonna be out there with throwing rocks at this thing or something. So
because that got me a problem.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. I'll probably. I think it comes on Hulu. I think Hulu. It's going to be a Hulu direct film. So
Okay.
so I'll have to check. I'll check it out. It comes out this summer. I know. I seen Eternals is popped on Disney Plus yesterday, so I'm gonna have to watch that when I get a chance. I haven't seen it yet. I know everybody. I know a lot of people bash it, but I was like, I'll give it a chance. I'll watch it. I'll see what it's all about.
I kind of got to watch it again to make sure that my rating's still the same, because what you mean sometimes that your first rating be higher than the second viewing.
Yeah,
I probably got to look at it again and make sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Because the first time I look at it, I give it a C plus based on the comic book stuff, everything like that. That was an
that's what a lot of people. Yeah, that's what a lot of people told me. They were giving it a C or below, and I was like, oh. So I never watched it and went and watched it in the theater. I was like, well, I'll just wait till Disney Plus comes out. I was a little worried. See, everybody said that about Shang-Chi, and I like Shang-Chi, so I was like, well,
Shang-Chi was actually a good movie. That was actually better than Eternals, though. That's actually better than Eternals.
Yeah, that and Black Widow. I was like, well, I'll just wait till it comes on Disney Plus. And then I actually enjoyed them both. I was like, well, I'll see. Definitely, but Spider-Man. I mean, that one was worth it though. That was a very, very, very good film.
Oh yeah, that's probably No Way Home thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a good movie. But the thing that get me is like, why did they have to kill Aunt May? Which didn't make no sense in my opinion.
They did a reverse. They did the
Uncle Ben.
Reverse of Uncle Ben. Yeah.
That
I know that a lot. I know when I saw that in the theater, I was like, oh my God. And really, they haven't been bitching about it. I say, boy, they're going to start saying the SJWs that they had to they had to put a woman in the spotlight instead of a man. I just like, God, I know that's coming. Because you know how some of them people, they be like, bitching and complaining. I was like, but it didn't
bring that though.
I'm sure they did. When I saw that, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, I can see this going all over YouTube on them toxic channels. They didn't do as bad as I thought they did, but I didn't have a problem with it because there was never established Uncle Ben in it. So, I mean, I hated her dying, but I mean, it was sad, but I'm just like, I can understand them doing it. So it did bring the three Spider-Men together in a, they both lost to Uncle Ben and she also made, so they all, it brought them together in that point.
They should have had her like in my opinion, this capture. They should have had her missing this capture, I think, and that would have been better. I think in my opinion, just instead of just killing them, they should have had Green Goblin pretending to be the good guy.
Yeah,
and for the end of the movie, he ended up being the bad guy.
Only thing I really disappoint. I wish that I don't know why they didn't. Is I can't understand why they didn't try to introduce Miles Morales in this because he was already mentioned in the first one. So I would, and it would actually, they said it. Electro said he said I was expecting to be Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Electro. I was expecting a Black Spider-Man. So they do mention it, but I wish they would have. Even they have his uncle in the first one, and he mentions Miles. He mentions Miles. So I wish they would have. It didn't have to have the spider suit on, just to have. I don't know who they're trying to cast for him, but just plant that seed. Have him in there. For they can where it makes going into this next one.
Yeah. I think they try to get the boy from Different Blackish, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think, in my opinion, that'd be good.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But the thing about me is, like, I do not want him in high school because that's what I had enough of that deal with Tom Holland in 2 movies.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I had enough of that already.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably where it's going to be going there because that's the only way to really introduce him. Well, you're gonna have. Well, you still got him in the Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse. They still in high. Oh, well, it's college. He's college high school. College high school. Yeah.
I think he's a senior who's going to college, but in the MCU, they need to put him in college. I think, in my opinion, or make him a senior in high school.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm ready for that. I think I'm ready to see that film. That comes out in October. Well, that's the first part. I guess we're gonna have a 2-parter on that.
Wait a minute, 2? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
the first
part
part
one.
came out in Spider-Verse. Oh, no.
No, this is
Okay.
the second one, but it says part one. It says part one, so you would definitely get 2 parts, maybe 3. I don't know. It might be. Who knows? I mean, a Spider-Verse is long. It is deep. It's a deep, full of characters. So it could be a part 1, 2, and 3. I don't know, but I know there's at least one. It says part 1, so I was like, well, we're at least getting 2 at least. So, but it could be multiple. It might be. I know, like I say, it could be 3 or 4. You never know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of Spider-Verse, the cover in there. If they really want to go into it, if they do it really well.
But the thing about the Spider-Man that I don't get right about Peter, right, everything like that, it's like Peter is smart. He can have a good job and still be Spider-Man, but the comic book people still decide to keep him broke, and that's the reason why I like Batman because Batman is rich, and plus he able to still be Batman at the same time, outside his suit and inside his suit, and they need to find a way just how to do the same thing with Peter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just don't keep them broke all the time.
Yeah, that's another one we got coming up on us pretty soon is the Batman. That's another thing we're going to be talking about pretty soon. But I've been hearing rumors. Somebody said they may push it back. I've heard that it might get pushed back this summer, depending due to these lockdowns and things. They might push it back a month or 2. So I don't know.
Since it's the winter time, by March, most of the cases that go down anyway.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I hope this crap is done with, but people get back to normal.
Yeah.
But Hollywood. If like Onzo and all them guys up there, they're locked down. They can't even go to the theater or nothing. And like half of Europe is the same way. So if this comes around March and they still got the same situation, that they're going to push it back because they're not going to release a film like that. With half the world on lockdown because they want all the theaters open. They don't want it like partial. They want it full force going in there.
Don't Batman push it coming out? Don't the Batman movie come out like in March?
It's supposed to be in March. It's supposed to be in March, but look at Morbius. Morbius has already got pushed back to April. So I don't know. So like I said, we'll see. I mean, but there was rumors that I was reading something. They said it might get pushed back. It ain't been official, but
I'll push that Batman to May. I'll push that Batman to May. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make it a summer movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you just make it or April, the same time as Morbius, or just try to compete with Marvel at that time. And you always win.
Yeah, you just can't push it too much. I mean, if you can't push it too much fun because you got Black Adam, you got Doctor, you got too many big movies. They don't want to push it too much because you don't want to be going up against Doctor Strange or Black Adam or one of them things because that would just kill it.
Yeah,
you don't want too many.
I would say about April, the 2nd or 3rd week of April, I think. I would do a Batman movie. If March don't work for you, I'd say by April, at least by third or 4th week.
And it's supposed to be. I'm trying to think what else. Top Gun's coming out. We got Tom Cruise got a double this year too. Now he's got his Top Gun 2 coming out, and he's got Mission Impossible 8 or 9. I can't remember where it's at. I know it's supposed to be out too. Maybe 8 or 9. I can't remember. Where do they have? 5, 6, 7, 8. Around in that area.
I think it's 7, 8.
7 or 8.
I kind of lost count after the 5th one. I kind of lost.
count. I can't remember. But you got both of them films coming out this summer too. So it's like it's a lot. And then you got the Jurassic World coming out. That's a big blockbuster.
Oh yeah.
And you got I'm just saying you get the problem is, as I said, you can't be pushing too far back because either those films are going to be pushed more back, or you're going to have a lot of big films at one time, which is it's good for us, but for the studios it's going to suck because they're not going to make their money back, and it's bad for us too because then we don't get sequels and we don't get continuation once the film doesn't do good.
Yeah.
Then we get reboots.
And kind of like in my and did you see the Riddler? Just like Riddler look. up in the Matt Reeves
Oh,
movie.
the new Riddler. Yeah, he looks like God. He looks sort of like from some of the Saw movie. Looks like something from the Saw movie.
I do that.
Yeah,
Like that.
you know who was somebody? Somebody was. I watched somebody stream. You know, they say you know who he looks. He looks like the guy from Pulp Fiction, the guy they have in the chest. You remember Pulp Fiction?
Oh yes, I saw that movie.
The what is
Yeah,
it? You know what I'm talking? You know the guy that
I
got in
remember
the
that movie.
chest. That's who they.
Yeah.
Somebody told me he looks like, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, I went back and looked at that. And I said, you damn, he sure. You know, they sort of almost looks like him almost. I was like,
Somebody said to me, somebody had said that to me on my job. I went back and looked at it. I can't even unsee it no more.
yeah, so that's what he does look like. I'm like, oh man. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's not a Riddler. They went way off the wall on this Riddler. I mean, this ain't the Riddler. What people think the Riddler is. I mean, I've never seen the Riddler like this before. So either it's going to do really good for him, or it's going to sink the movie.
How about this? That could it be like somebody pretending to be the Riddler, but so you look at the end of the movie, it end up just being the Joker. You know what I mean?
Well, they've cast somebody else for the Joker too. But I don't even know who this.
The Joker just like they ain't that common.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you like the Riddler, right? Because the Riddler just had a mask on. This new Riddler got a mask on, right? But in this movie, they could be the Joker playing as the Riddler. You know what I mean?
Well, he don't even look like Joker. He looks like a S&M type character from that's what they look like. He looks like something you would see from some S&M thing. I don't know. It's kind of I'm like, well, I don't know.
That was Joker to do it because we know Joker just how to play mind games from people. He know how to hide from the public eye sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a lot of people still pissed off, because they're this thing come out about they're gonna replace Superman and Batman with a Batgirl.
They will not replace Batman. Why don't we get it? Is a multiverse that no, that's not Stan Lee. Oh, shit, I think about Marvel.
Marvel.
Dang, what's that dude's name?
I know that will piss. I know that's gonna piss a lot of people if they do that.
It's a multiverse, though. It's a multiverse. A multiverse means different Supermans is on different Earth or Supergirls.
Yeah,
they can't replace Henry Cavill anyway, because we know like he's on Witcher and he gotta bring the Witcher just the Witcher fans he got on Netflix over to the Superman movie, and that would make Superman a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And WB waiting on this movie, I think, to finish. I think to bring Henry Cavill. I think, in my opinion, I think they're waiting till after Flash.
WB needs a hit, and I'll tell you that right now, because
probably coming.
WB is looking pretty in shambles right now. They need something to make a hit, because I mean, after last few films and that Matrix film, they are in shambles right now.
The Matrix film is actually good, though. I like that one.
You like the last one?
Yeah. If you look at it now, it was about Matrix. It was about Neo getting his mind together. If you look at the flashback in his head, he would try to remember everything. That he would try to remember everything happened, because you remember the bigger machines just had brought him away in the third movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bigger machines had took out some of his memories of disabilities he could have doing stuff like that. And plus up in the second movie, I bet the second movie is gonna be better than the first one. I bet you. Because you look at this one right here, it's just a reboot, his mind, everything like that what's happening. But the second movie, he could be trained. Yeah. It just to help out Trinity, because we know Trinity is powerful, everything like that. But the thing is, just at the end of the day, you still need Neo to beat the big bad Mr. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, And in my opinion, who is Patrick Neil Harris character supposed to be in that movie? He's not the
He's
architect, in it.
he's like a new architect type, because they pretty much said that all the old programs got purged, like the Oracle
Yeah.
and the two people from the train, the little girls. Well, she's now the she's that one who helps them out, her
Yeah.
parents. And the only one didn't get purged was like that the Frenchman. He was up there. See, I didn't really care for that. I didn't know. At first, I thought it was the guy from the train. Because he was all bummy looking and all that, and he was all possessed. And I thought it was the guy from the train. And I was like, that part really didn't make sense to me why they did that.
Wasn't it a Frenchman that was in Matrix Reloaded? I think who was trying to kill Neo.
Yeah, but that was him. Yeah, that was him. The one he had and was in the club and all that. But he looked like a bum. And now on this one, they made him look like a bum. They made him look like the guy.
They made him the bum because he was part of the old program. Remember?
Yeah, he was hiding out. He was a stowaway. They said him and
yeah.
They didn't.
He was part of the old program, and they blamed Neo for something.
Well, it's like this. Well, like this program, there's no agents. Now, if you notice, there's no agents because they go to that what you call it, that hive mode or what do they call it? So when they turn to hive mode, it's just basically the people. They're not agents, but they like turn it like zombies, and then they like suicide dive and all kind of stuff. Because you've seen it, people like they were jumping out of windows, and then they just turn into like green goo when they hit the bottom.
That was Neil Patrick Harris character doing that. Some people were agent, but if the things like he overloaded just their program for them to do it.
Yeah. So I mean, but you never. Yeah. So they did away with the agents, sort of. They now it just goes to hive mode. They call it. So it'd be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of I was telling somebody before. There's a lot of questions from the first 3 films that they didn't really answer. That I'm still. And we got a 60-year gap that, still got a lot of questions there, and then a lot of questions in that film. So
it was make a spin-off series for some of the film. It would make a spin-off
series.
Yeah,
they need to do a television series. That would help out with some of the plot holes and stuff. Maybe do a television series or something.
They was doing that. I think they're still doing a spin-off series off of Zion and stuff like that. On this movie, I think they put a spin-off series, but the spin-off series need to answer what happened to some of these to some of these movies. I think, in my opinion, but the second movie I think need to be better than this one. I like this movie, but the second movie need to be better.
Yeah,
of my opinion, just for people like I think, in my opinion, that just to get more faith. Back in the franchise, because like Jaded the on the Jaded the fanboy that be on MSK screen sometime.
Yeah,
he said that the fight scene in the third movie at the end wasn't good. I say, wait a minute now.
Oh, with Neo and
Smith. That was one of the best fight scenes up in the series, so and up in all 3 movies. Because you look at the execution, everything like that, and put a cinematography in that up in that fight scene. That was the best part of the movie. In the third movie, the fight in between Neo and Mr. Smith. And Jada fanboy just don't like nothing how it seemed like. Because he wanted everything to be at the comic books. I kind of was like that at first, but I kind of accept that the studio and stuff like that still can't bring everything for the comic books onto the screen. But shoot, I already accept that. But things Jada fanboy seemed like he didn't accept it yet. He got to accept it. Like, you can't bring everything to the comic books onto the screen, because so you look at some comic books, it's some messed up stuff in the comic books
Yeah.
that some of the characters be doing that you cannot put on screen. You
Yeah.
cannot put half the stuff the characters be doing on screen. Man, you gotta kind of dumb it down for people.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason, I'll see you later, Jason.
Oh, you about to head out? You about to head out?
Yeah.
All right, brother. I appreciate you letting me come on, man.
If you want to plug your channel, that you could.
Yeah, if anybody's watching, Jason Lee Tucker Statements channel. I just hit 200 subs. I'm working it up there little by little, and I'll probably try to get some kind of stream this weekend because I work. Like I said, when I just got in when I was texting, I just got in like after 11 o'clock, 11:30. So it's hard. It is time of night. It's kind of hard to stream because most of us are going to bed this time on the East Coast. I mean, unless you're on the West Coast, but in the weekend, I'll probably try to get some streams in here and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
All right. I see y'all later, everybody in the stream.
Have a good night, guys.
All right.